I'm hoping Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General, his wife.
Yeah,
Joe Biden's wife, because he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
I thought she was a doctor and
PhD.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Maybe
I thought she was
I think she's a teacher, but
she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
Okay, so these Democrats, they have so much confidence in Joe Biden. He's such a great president. The Democrat Party is so great. They're doing such a good job for this country that they're getting desperate. These guys are just making stuff up at this point about Trump. They're just lying. So we're going to talk about the lying leftists on The View, as some people call them, the cackling hens, because they get on TV, they get paid millions of dollars to spew nonsense. All they do is squawk, 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 and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They don't research, they don't read, they don't understand politics, they don't understand government policy, but they're paid millions of dollars to get on national TV on a major network and just talk nonsense. So we're gonna discuss mainly Whoopi Goldberg, who's allegedly a comedian, but she's been going on these tangents about Trump. Oh, Trump's a dictator, he's so terrible, he's Hitler. But now, like I said, she's just making stuff up at this point, because she's saying if Trump is elected, he's going to put anybody who voted Democrat, he's going to put them in concentration camps. Let's take a look.
People's faith in the country is waning.
Yes.
That's the thing that's pissing me off, because in fact, there's a reason Joe Biden ran the way he did. There's a reason he's running for democracy now, because that's really what's at stake. You worried that you can't pay your bill? Wait till the other guy becomes president, and you won't have to worry about it, because you'll be in some camp somewhere, because that's his promise. His promise to us is he's going to force people to do his bidding. That's what he said. I'm going to be good on day one, and I'm going to turn into this other person. So here's the deal. This is all up to you. This is all up to you. We can sit up here till we're green in the face. But this really comes down to the people. What is the country you want? Do you want the country that you kind of thought you had, where we all get to say what we think and we don't have to be afraid of being American? And believing that, there will be people who come in, and some will get in quick, and some will take a different route, but they're coming here for a reason, because they're living in a place that's not good for their families. If you're okay with that, you understand that, then fight for us to find a better way to make immigration work. Fight for that. Don't fight for keeping everybody out, because then we all have to leave.
So these leftists, these Democrats, they've been screaming dictator, they've been screaming Hitler for years. One, because they don't know history. These guys have no idea about what happened back in the day. They don't read history books. They don't look at anything to do with history, but they make up their own history. And two, because they're projecting their own authoritarian points of view, their own authoritarian policies on Trump. Things that the Democrat Party has proven to have done. They're trying to make it up and say, oh, Trump's a dictator. Ignore what we've done. We're just going to make up lies about Trump and say he's going to do things. Look at what they've done. They forced vaccines. They've been silencing viewpoints of opposition. Anybody who has an opposing viewpoint on social media, they've been silenced. Big tech is in bed with the Democrat Party. They're run by Democrats. So they shut down people on these major platforms if they oppose what the DNC, what the Democrat Party is saying. They shut down businesses. They arrested pastors and church because they wanted their way of thinking to be the only way. They had liquor stores open. They had medical marijuana stores open. You can go get all of that. You can go to a strip club, but you couldn't have a hair salon open. You couldn't go to church, stuff like that, because the Democrats are authoritarian. And like I said, they're fascists. They blackball if you're a notable figure, celebrity, you are a notable person in politics or something. If you go against the major point of views of the Democrat Party, guess what? You're going to get blackballed. Then look at what they're doing in Florida and I think North Carolina. They're canceling Democrat elections, the Democrat primaries. You know, Joe Biden has 4 people. He got Dean Phillips, he got Cenk Uygur, he got Marianne Williamson, and used to be RFK. All these people running for president in a Democrat Party. But the Democrats have shut down, in multiple states, they've shut down the Democrat primary elections so Joe Biden can win those states unopposed. And they're also trying to throw their main rival, Donald Trump, they're trying to throw him in jail on trumped-up charges created by Democrats and being prosecuted by left-wing activists, DAs, and voted on by left-wing activist grand juries. So Trump used their term dictator. He used it in a joke to talk about some stuff he's going to do. And these fools had a complete meltdown. So let's take a look at Trump talking about his dictator joke.
Trump is a dictator. He wants to be a dictator. You know, it's interesting. I did a show, Sean Hannity. Did you ever hear of him? He's a very nice man. And he said, essentially, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? Tell me. I think he was trying to give me a nicer question that maybe you guys would. He meant it very well. I said, I'm going to be a dictator for one day. We're going to do two things. The border, we're going to make it so tight you can't get in unless you come in legally. And the other is energy. We're going to drill, baby, drill. After that, I'm not going to be a dictator. After that, I'm not going to be a dictator. So
you weren't saying that if the
and the
courts...
press picks it up. So I said, I'm going to be a dictator for one day. They cut it. They go, I'm going to be a dictator. But they cut the rest of the sentence. No, I am not going to be a dictator. I'm going to manage like we...
So after that, it was all over ABC, CBS, CNN, especially MSNBC, because those people completely lost their minds on that network. So they're talking about, see, this is evidence. He's Hitler. He's Hitler. The only people who believe this nonsense are sheep, the left-wing sheep voters who are going to believe these Democrats no matter what. Anybody else knows it's complete nonsense when they're talking about, oh, he's Hitler, because we know the damage that somebody like Hitler has done in the past. But these Democrats, they have no idea. But they scream Hitler trying to scare people from voting for Trump, but don't want to talk about how authoritarian they are. And we also saw in that clip how Whoopi Goldberg was basically at the end saying we should be okay with illegal immigration because these illegal immigrants are having trouble in their own home countries. So whether they come in legally or illegally, it should be totally fine. We should be completely okay with them coming in and immediately applying for welfare, getting food stamps, free housing, Section 8, getting Obama phones, and then we should give them checks, give them free stuff like they're doing in New York, living in luxury hotels, getting $500 PlayStations, they're getting laptops, backpacks full of school supplies, stuff that ordinary Americans have to pay for. We should be completely okay with these illegal immigrants breaking the law, saying, screw the United States laws, I'm going to break into the country, then I'm going to apply for welfare and get all types of free stuff. We should be okay with that, even though we have our own problems. We have our own issues. We got other people to take care of. We should be taking care of the whole world. Just erase the borders on the map, erase the lines, and just say, hey, everybody pour in, and the United States taxpayers are just going to pay for all of y'all welfare programs. These people are clowns, man. So these cackling hens on The View are on here talking nonsense. Whoopi Goldberg just making stuff up. Oh, if you vote Democrat, Trump's gonna put you in a concentration camp. So let me know what you guys think about this. Leave me your thoughts below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.